Good afternoon, folks. Freddie Vasquez coming to you with a quick update. This afternoon, I should say this evening, there'll be a State of the City address happening at the Riverfront Library. Let's talk about that for a second. Good afternoon, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Today is this evening is the State of the City address. The mayor will be talking about the state of our city at 6:30. Oh, actually at 6:45. They're saying people have to be in their seats by that time. However, another thing that will be happening as folks arrive there, they should be greeted by a rally. That's right, a rally will be put together by a group of individuals. I'm not sure who. I just want to make it clear that it's not really necessarily me, because then they'll probably try to do something to me. But I will be there to cover everything: the rally, the State of the Union, State of the City address, see what the mayor has to say. A lot of people are really upset with the mayor. They're tired of this. They're ready for change. They don't really like where the direction that the city's heading. Yes, they see developments going up. Yes, they see that there's things happening. But now, as they happen, they're starting to realize what it really means for them. What does it really mean for the people of the city of Yonkers here? And a lot of people, as you know, were upset over the term limit extension that was introduced, the legislation to extend the terms for a second time in 4 years, from 3 to 4, introduced by Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, the city council president, all by herself, right? And many are questioning, is that her paying back the favor that she says she owed when she won city council president? She thanked the mayor. She said she was forever indebted to the mayor. And is that her paying back the favor by introducing the legislation so that Mike Spano, the mayor, can run again? Term limits tonight. Let the people vote. Tonight at 6:30 at the Riverfront Library. Make sure you're there or be square. And so, again, I'll be there to cover it all, from the State of the City address to the rally that will be happening tonight. People, again, are upset. People are, they're infuriated because when it happened the third time, right, when it happened the last time, 4 years ago, when they introduced this legislation and it was extended to 3 terms, people got upset. They got upset because the public did not get to vote. There was no public referendum. And it wasn't the first time. 4 years ago was not the first time that they wanted to extend term limits. This has been talked about several times before. And in fact, the people voted twice to keep it at 2. And so they knew that the people weren't going to vote any different. So they utilized the city council that is obviously bought and paid for, as many people know. Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, city council president, in her victory speech, she thanked the mayor. She said she's forever indebted. And so when she introduced this legislation all by herself, it was very suspicious. In her first year, and her first legislation, her first piece of legislation was to extend the term limits. And the only person that benefits from that is Mike Spano. He's the only one that benefits from it. And while people say, well, you still have to vote for him, those people are either intentionally trying to mislead people or are not the smartest people. Because what has happened now is, in 12 years, he was only supposed to be there 8. In 12 years, he managed to position people in key positions throughout the city of Yonkers, build up a war chest, build relationships, and now has made it almost impossible to be beaten unless, you're somebody like Freddie Vasquez. Because I genuinely believe that I get on that ballot, I'm going to give the mayor a run for his money. While I may not be spending a lot of money now, the goal is simply to get on the ballot. Spending money now, it doesn't make much sense, right? So when people say, why aren't you doing fundraisers? Why aren't you? There's no point in that. I have to get on the ballot. Once I'm on there and I know I'm going to be racing, then the money's going to be spent. I got people that already have, earmarked money or say, listen, you get on the ballot, we're going to fund you. And I'm not talking about the caters. Not at all. Not at all. And so then we'll push hard. And I think I have a great chance because people want change. And there's only one person they believe that can actually bring that change. And that is me, Freddie Vasquez. They see that I am passionate, genuine, and I'm out there already getting it done. You might as well just make it official and give me the title because I'm out in the community. When people call, I'm there to help as much as I can. Right? So there's only one person, and that's Freddie Vasquez. I have the confidence, the strength, the understanding, the capability to do the position, to manage the city of Yonkers. And while no, I've never managed an entire city, the principles are still the same. It's just a bigger scale. But ultimately, it's going to be no different, right? We want to maximize our revenue, minimize our expenses, focus on what's truly important to push the city forward in the right direction, not overdeveloping it, making it over congested, making it difficult to get from one part of Yonkers to the other now. It's just put a burden on our lives more than it has improved our lives. The cost of living has gone up, the noise of the construction sites, the detours, the damaged roads, the high water bills. I can go on. And so I can't imagine what the mayor will say at the State of the City address that will truly, really resonate with the people of the city of Yonkers. He said himself, the average person makes $35,000 a year. So these changes are not for the average person at the very least. At the very least, they can't afford to live in those apartments. And he may talk about affordable housing and then bringing in all these affordable housing. No, they have not. Where they plan on building some affordable housing developments, and they're not putting a lot of apartments, not like the luxury developments that are getting 900, 2,000 units. They'll do 70, 60, 30. And what they mostly have done is renovated existing housing stock, existing low-income and affordable housing stock. But then there's a scam with that. When they knock those buildings down, like they did in Cottage and Mulford Garden, the chicken coops on Warburton, they go back with less units. So they might be nicer and renovated and updated, but there's less of them. And I always go to the example of Mulford Garden, 500 units. When they built it back up, it was just over 100. So where did all those families go? So systematically, they have been eliminating housing. And while they build some new ones now, if you're eliminating 400 from Mulford Gardens, then you're building on Main Street 76, right? You're not even, you're still in the negative. You're still lost more apartments than we actually built and gained. So it's a trick. You have to see this. And I know it's hard. People go to work and I don't even, I'm now all in it, researching it, but it's a trick. It's a bait and switch. Right? And then they sell you on how great they are. But if you speak to the people that are living in some of these new developments or new buildings that they put up for affordable housing and low income, like the one on Ashburton, they have a lot of problems with them. They're being built cheaply. And so, what really is happening here that is truly for the people, regardless if you're on the east side and you own a home. I mean, look what they're trying to do. Change the zoning laws everywhere. That's not good for you. People are not going to want to buy a house next to a bunch of buildings. And so they're going to go further north. And so this is what they're doing. So you have to think about this and don't be fooled by the words that you may hear come out of the mayor's mouth. And this is, again, not a personal thing against the mayor. It's just the facts, what I see, right? They're going to talk about the graduation rate. It's how it's increased, how crime has decreased, which is not true. How can crime be down when we are known as one of the as a city with the highest, store theft? That's crime, whether it's a homicide or not. It's a crime, and so you have to include that in the overall crime rate. Cars are being stolen left and right. Catalytic converters are being stolen left and right from people in Yonkers. And if they're not stolen in Yonkers, they're being dumped in Yonkers. So no, I don't know if crime is down. I think a different type of crime is happening, more crime of opportunity and people looking to make money as opposed to, but even then, I mean, today there were reports of shooting gunshots at Gorton High School, although they're saying that those reports were unfounded. Gang activity in the schools has increased, and they're keeping this quiet. It's bad. And we're talking about with weapons and everything, guns as well. So the fact that there might have been gunshots at Gorton wouldn't have surprised me from the things I've been hearing from several parents. And I haven't mentioned it because I'm trying to verify this information because it's crazy. And so I don't want to put it out there until I have it verified. But I don't see the individuals lying. And so far, I believe it to be true. But there's an issue with the gangs here in the city of Yonkers, within the schools. They don't talk about it, doesn't mean it's not happening. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And so we cannot be allowed, and we should have learned in the past 2-3 years that we cannot be allowed to have people tell us what's actually happening. We must know. We must go out and find out. People now, we should know that our media lies to us. That is why I do basement politics, to tell you the truth, or at least what I truly believe is the truth, but I may get a little wrong, but for the most part, it's true. And I'm here to inform you and help you so that way you, as a voter, can make a better decision at the polls. And so to the people on Nextdoor app, and it's very few, it's like 1 or 2 here and then. I think those are just all bogus accounts or people that are just psycho fans. Why do I talk about this stuff in the mayor? Because it's important to know. I mean, it's like people don't want to be informed. They'd rather be ignorant, right? Ignorant is bliss, I guess. Out of sight, out of mind. Then don't follow my page. But why make a comment? Especially the one like that. Oh, it happened a year ago. Because people don't know. Could have happened 5 years ago. People don't know. Why do we still talk about slavery? Why do we still talk about the Holocaust? It happened so long ago. I mean, really, based on your logic, to the people that say things like that, think about it. Most people don't know what's going on, and that is why, and it connects. So it's important that if you are someone that feels strongly about this, about having a public referendum, and you're upset about the fact that our term limits were extended, then you should be out here. You should be at the rally. Everyone should. This is important, and we must all be involved. So I just want to come on and talk about that. Hey, Annette, how you doing? How's everything? Are you going to be out there? Am I going to see you at the State of the City address? I hope to see a lot of people there. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. The city, State of the City address will be, I believe, starting probably around 7. They telling folks to get there by 6. They want you seated by 6:45. The rally is going to be happening by organizations and members of the community at 6:30. That's where they're going to start. They want to, let it be known. They're not happy. It wasn't right the way they extended the term limits. I mean, and I mentioned this in the podcast yesterday. They got that done in 10 days. Lakeisha Collins Bellamy introduced it. They voted on it, had public hearings, voted on it, and passed it all in 10 days. Now, that's not important. That is not what we need. That is not even on the top 10 list of things that need to be introduced because of issues that we have, or things that need to be introduced to improve the city or whatever that benefit the people. That's not something that should have ever been introduced, really. Not until we have everything else done, at least, like the affordable housing ordinance. How long has it been? How long has it been? How long? This happened in 2021 when Tasha Diaz did the flip-flop on the affordable housing ordinance. In 2021, we're in 2023. going to be 2 years and no new affordable housing ordinance. They cannot introduce a new legislation, have public hearings, vote on it, and get it passed in 2 years when they were able to get term limits extended in 10 days. Think about that. That says a lot. That says a lot. They care more about the mayor being able to run for another term so he can help his developer friends, but they didn't care about the people that need housing, the people that are having to leave Yonkers, the families that are separating because many family members of theirs are leaving Yonkers. They're staying behind. They don't care about that. And that was done by our super majority, who are the minorities, the Black women, the Democrats. I'm Freddie Vasquez. I will see you tonight. Thank you for joining me. I keep it honest. This is Basement Politics, where truth lives and corruption dies. And I am running for mayor, and petitions are almost due. And like I said, no one should be challenging my petition signatures, because that I take as a, encroachment, violation, kind of like you're injecting yourself in my life. So I'm going to inject myself in your life. So to whoever decides to challenge my petition signatures, just know now you have an enemy for life. Nothing violent. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, though, that I will be speaking about you. I'll find out all about you, and why is it that you challenge my petition signatures? What's your life all about? I'm going to expose all of you. That's what I do. So don't bother, Freddie. Don't challenge my petition signatures. I'm doing this for the people. Anyone that looks to challenge them is a sellout snake. That's a fact. And I better not see a Hispanic or a Black person challenging my signatures. Don't be a sellout. Don't be a sellout. But just know, if you engage with Freddie, you better be ready. That's all I'm saying. You make the choice.
You're watching Basement Politics.
I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Thank you, beautiful folks. And I'm serious about that. Listen, don't get involved in corruption and have someone pay you to challenge my petition signatures. If they approach you, let me know. Record them. Get them on audio and video doing that, and whatever they offer you, and you can record the amount that they offer you, I will double that. That's right. I will give it to you in cash. I will double it. So they say, I'll give you $1,000 to challenge Freddie's signatures if you record that. Audio or video, doesn't matter, as long as I can hear it, and I know it is. I will give you $2,000. Spread that word to anyone looking to challenge Freddie Vasquez's signatures. Record them. Record everyone. Video and audio. To all you employees, record them. Let's start sending them to the IMA doctors. That's what we're about to do. You're going to the IMA doctor, Tommy.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
In another one, Mr. Rumo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Is he a Democrat or a Republican? Which one?
I want to end this quick because I'm greedy and I want some of the butter chicken. So thank you. I want to end this.
Over.
No!